So, you've got a driveway or a parking lot, right? That's a pretty big investment in asphalt. But here's the real question. Are you actually protecting it? Today, we're going to dive into one of the absolute smartest, most cost-effective ways to defend that investment. Okay, let's start with a kind of a weird question. What on earth does your driveway have in common with your skin? It might sound strange, but the answer is actually really simple. Both of them are constantly exposed to the elements, and both can get seriously damaged by the sun's UV rays if you leave them unprotected. And that leads us right into our first big topic. Because even though that black top looks super tough, almost permanent, it has some serious hidden enemies working against it day in and out. Yeah, believe it or not, every single day your pavement is in a battle. It's this slow, quiet fight against forces we see all the time, things like the bright summer sun or even just a simple rain shower. And over time, these elements are going to win. That is, unless you step in. And what's really wild is how ordinary these culprits are. You've got UV rays from the sun that literally bake the essential oils and binders right out of the asphalt, the very things that keep it flexible. Then rain and moisture seep in, weakening the whole structure from below. This entire process, called oxidation, makes the surface brittle and gray. And then, of course, regular old vehicle traffic adds the final stress that just breaks it all apart. So let's trace this out. How does this damage go from what looks like a minor issue to a full-blown catastrophe for your pavement and, yeah, for your wallet too? Okay, so if you do nothing, no preventative care at all, the average asphalt surface is going to last you about 15 to 20 years. Now, that might sound like a long time, but trust me, the quality of that surface can go downhill much, much faster than you'd think. And this is where you really see the domino effect. First, those critical binders break down, making the asphalt brittle. That brittleness, well, it leads to little cracks. Then water, which is asphalt's absolute worst enemy, gets into those cracks. It freezes and thaws and completely destroys the foundation from the inside out. The final step? You guessed it. Potholes. The surface literally just collapses. So here's the bottom line. Ignoring a few tiny cracks today means you are almost guaranteed to be paying for pothole patching or even a full, wildly expensive replacement down the road. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Okay, that's the bad news. But what if you could stop this whole destructive process before it even really gets started? This is where we introduce the hero of our story, a shield for your pavement. So, what is seal coating anyway? Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a protective liquid coating that gets applied right on top of the asphalt. It forms this tough, durable barrier between your investment and all those enemies we just talked about. You know, if you want the absolute simplest way to think about it, here it is. Seal coating is just powerful sunscreen for your pavement. It takes the hit from the sun, the rain, and all the wear and tear so the asphalt underneath doesn't have to. Simple as that. And this shield is a true multitasking marvel. It blocks those damaging UV rays that cause all the feeding and brittleness. It creates a waterproof membrane so moisture can't get in. It even fills in those teeny tiny surface cracks before they have a chance to become big, expensive ones. It basically just puts a stop to that whole path of failure we just saw. All that protection sounds great on paper, right? But what does it actually mean for you, the property owner? Let's talk about the real long-term payoff here. This number right here, this is the one that really matters. With a regular seal coating schedule, we're talking every 2 to 3 years, you can extend the life of your asphalt by up to 50%, maybe even more. Suddenly, that 15-year lifespan can jump to 22, maybe even 25 years. I mean, that is a massive return on a pretty small investment. And when you look at the money, the choice is, well, it's pretty darn clear. On one side, you have proactive maintenance, a low, predictable, easy-to-budget cost for seal coating every few years. On the other side, you've got reactive repairs, the high, unexpected, and super stressful expense of filling potholes, or worst-case scenario, replacing the entire thing. The difference in cost isn't just small, we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. And hey, the benefits go way beyond just saving money on future headaches. This impacts everything from curb appeal to safety. A freshly seal-coated driveway or parking lot just looks amazing. It gives you that slick, deep black, brand new look. It also creates a smoother surface and makes your traffic lines way more visible. And all of that, it contributes directly to your overall property value. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you start to see seal coating not as just another expense, but as a much, much smarter investment. I mean, it all boils down to this simple idea. Investing a little bit of money now in prevention will without a doubt save you a massive, unplanned expense in major repairs down the line. It's pretty much the definition of working smarter, not harder.
So here's the big takeaway I really want you to remember. Stop thinking of seal coating as a maintenance cost. Start thinking of it as a strategic decision, an active measure you take to preserve the function, the safety, and the financial value of one of your property's biggest assets.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about next time you look at your own driveway or parking lot. Is your pavement actively protected by a shield, or is it just sitting there, completely exposed, and on that slow, inevitable path to failure? The choice really is yours.